Edo State Diaspora Agency says it is ready to tap into the strength of Edo indigents living abroad to drive development back home. At a press briefing in Benin City, the Director General, Loretta Ogborogbo, says the agency will focus on building strong connections that support the state's economy, culture, and social growth. She also spoke about plans to partner with other agencies to tackle human trafficking and ensure that diaspora voices are truly heard and valued. According to her, Edo people abroad are already making global impact, and now it is time to bring that energy home to support the Governor Okpebholo's Shine agenda. Joining us via Zoom for this conversation is a Pioneer Director, Edo State Diaspora Agency, Loretta Ogborogbo. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We are doing great here. Well, let me start with this development. NIDCOM just marked the 2025 Diaspora Day. Now, examining the national and subnational levels, what is the aim of this diaspora agency in Edo State?
Thank you. A big shout out to NIDCOM, led by Honorable Abike Dabiri and her team, for a successful outing. I mean, I was there, and it's progressive. It's a work in progress. But the important thing is that Nigerians are engaging at a national level across the diaspora. Now, bringing this down to the subnational level, Edo State Diaspora Agency was born of the struggles of many that have come before me. People over time realize that no subnational or national government, what it sold, has really done a lot without her diaspora. Nigeria has not been left out. We have about 17 million Nigerians estimated to be living outside the diaspora, the shores of Nigeria. And Edo State attributes for a significant percentage of this. And if you go back in history, you look at Rome, you look at the Egyptians, you look at the Jews, in modern day, look at the Indians, you see how they leverage on their diaspora to actually bring development internally and filter it to the grassroots. So Edo State sons and daughters started saying, we want a similar thing. We can't be accounting for about 30% of the remittances coming into the country for the diaspora, and we don't actually have an organized platform to engage and to do work at home with our people. We are tired of working in silos. So over the years, that agitation went on. And in 2022, the Marcus Onubun-led House of Assembly created the law that established the Edo State Diaspora Agency. However, for some reason that we cannot explain, it never really took off. But along comes our visionary governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, a man who actually understands that what is good for Edo State people should be continued. Government a la continua. And in fact, he realizes that it's all about the people. So he went ahead to say we must bridge this gap between our diaspora population and governance and the grassroots. And he went on in March to appoint my very humble self as the Director General of the Edo State Diaspora Agency. Well, he went on to oxygenate this agency.
Well, thankfully, now the agency has taken off and now is in full force. But I want to ask, how will the presence of this agency and the diaspora community turn into real impact for the state?
Thank you, Adebanke. It is important to know that over the years, people in Edo State and people outside of the state have had one main vision or focus, and that is to make the state go forward. But there's not been that synergy. So this agency is charged with 3 mandates. One, our people are outside. How are they doing? Are they doing well? It's not every time we just start looking for their money. So we need to also listen and try and do the bit we can to help them. Because when we do that, they are better empowered to help us. Then there's the second aspect, which is engagement, remittances, and actually bringing all of these back to the grassroots. And as well, there's the third part, which is propagating our positive narrative. I was very pleased about leveraging on digital media. Nation is talking about it to push our positive narrative, inclusive but not limited to our strong cultural heritage in Edo State. Now, how are we going to do this? We are the center in Benin City. That's where the headquarters is. But we have focal points or liaison persons in countries across the world. And I'm very pleased to let us know that the governor has been given a list of consistently committed Edo State persons to the grassroots who are currently about 100 in number from countries across the world, from the 6 inhabited continents of the world. All of them feed back into Edo State through the Director General. Let me give a practical example.
Okay.
Recently in Germany, we had an issue where one of our sisters was sleeping rough. Before the coming of the Diaspora Agency, nobody would have known that this was happening. But thankfully, some of our liaisons and people there saw this lady, contacted our liaison, got back to us, and immediately we set out to find her family. Once we found her family, we contacted the German authorities. She was taken to the hospital and she got the needed attention that she was supposed to have. That's one on the welfare side. Now, on the engagement side, on the partnership side, which people always talk about, a lot of Nigerians, and by extension, Edo State people, have been doing well in different countries. They've acquired new skills, they've acquired financial standing and financial muscle, and we also have friends and partners of Edo State. All of them are willing to come and invest in the state, but they've never really had, one, a stable platform, two, a platform that recognizes their efforts, and three, a platform that dovetails into the grassroots, into the local government areas. But now they have one. A classical example, we have the national fellows who are doing projects within the local government area in all of Nigeria. We have 18 local government areas in Edo State, and these fellows have identified areas of need, some of them healthcare facilities, some of them schools. But what have we done? We are partnering with them as a Edo State Diaspora Agency, and we are saying, oh, our diasporans of maybe Eastern Central, come and help us renovate this. And they have responded.
Absolutely. You will talk more about how investors, just a moment, if I may quickly come in at this time, you will tell us more on how investors are coming into the state to invest in different sectors of the state. But let me quickly bring this data to you. The National Bureau of Statistics puts the figure about 52.4% of irregular migrants who are back into the country who also want to go back to some of the states that they've had challenges. What is this agency doing to reduce irregular migration in your state especially?
Thank you. Edo State Diaspora Agency is blessed to also have a sister migration agency within the state. And we are doing a lot to reduce irregular migration. One of the main things, I will start from the most.
You can continue with your line of thoughts. I think we're having network challenge.
The Diaspora Agency, the Office of the First Lady, we did a road walk around the state, and we actually put out the message there that irregular migration is not what one should go into. Jackpot with sense, because we need to manage the awareness of the people. We are putting out information there. Edo State Diaspora Agency is collaborating with Edo State EBS, and we have what we call Abroad Matters, where we actually tell people how it is. Nobody picks dollars on the streets of Europe or the Americas. It is important that we put it out there that you could have all the borders, but if you don't tackle the mindset, if you don't have a paradigm shift in the mindset of the people, they are going to even cross your biggest walls. So we are actually, first of all, telling people what the true stories in the diaspora is. The second thing is that there are push and pull factors of migration. One of the push factors is instability in the economy, issues with kidnapping, and insecurity. We can see recently how the governor of Edo State is focusing on developing structural economy so that people can come in and invest. Roads, flyovers, companies are coming in. We may not be seeing them in the immediate, but we'll see them. And these will create employment that will engage the people. And that is reducing one of the push factors of irregular migration. The other thing that we are seeing is that Edo State people are being encouraged to actually come back themselves and also invest, apart from the external persons or investors. And they will filter into their grassroots because they want to take things into their grassroots.
Let me come in here.
Government.
The way the government Let's talk about communication.
And it's actually to allow investors to come in and know that the state is safe and employ labor, which will also reduce one of the biggest push factors for irregular migration.
Let's talk about communication. I'm sure you obviously want investors to come and, invest in the States, make the States a better place to be for the citizens of the States. But communication these days is still not very great because even though there are technological advancements and everything, sending money from a country like India or Bangladesh is still a bit of a hassle. How is the agency trying to, address these challenges so that when they want to send money to help people in the States, it's done seamlessly?
Thank you. One of the areas the Edo State Diaspora Agency is looking at, it's important to say we started full operation in April of this year, is this area you just talked about, the issue of money transfer and how it will also benefit the states. Because Edo State is one of the states where Western Union has sponsored one of our big traditional festivals, the Igwe Festival. I don't think they did that because they love Edo State people so much. They must have done it because of the corporate civic responsibility and the huge volume Edo State people have brought as patronage from across the diaspora over the years. So we are actually we are in discussions with big time companies and looking at companies to actually see how we can tap into this area of sending money and making it a bit cheaper for people, as well as also getting some of these commissions to help the state. Practical example is we are having a portal. All Edo State people are going to be registered on that portal. That disseminates the information. You get your unique code. Once you get your unique code, any service you are going to engage with that code, you get your discounts, and then some of your commissions are going to be disbursed and shared legally within the framework of the agency to help the remunerations in the state. So we know that our people are going to engage with this.
It's a fine place to leave it. Director General, Edo State Diaspora Agency, Loretta Ogboro Oko, thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning.